Okay, welcome to our Shred 10 Zoom. Today is, oh gosh, what is today? December 27th. And welcome to you. We are just getting started. It is that time of the year where everybody is wanting to go ahead and do something new, something different for their health. And I'm telling you, I've been doing this program now for 2 years, and I can't think of anything that has made such a difference when it comes to changing the things that are not serving my body and taking on habits that will serve my body. And this is about healthy lifestyle habits that you can do over rather than just a period of time, over your lifetime, because that essentially is what will help you to live a healthier lifestyle, is if you take on those healthy lifestyle habits. And y'all, I am a self-proclaimed Oreo hoarder. Okay, so I used to hoard Oreos in my nightstand. I used to be best friends with Little Debbie. I was a junk food junkie, and so I always say that if anybody can change their lifestyle for the better, if I can do it, anybody can do it. So just know that is what I love. Oreos, right? Faith said I love Oreos. And here's the thing. We know that there are always things, like we can never live a perfect 100% perfect lifestyle, right? Raise your hand if you understand that. I mean, yes, that's just the real, right? But what we can do is live maybe 75, 80% of a healthy lifestyle. And that's going to make all the difference in the world of how you feel about yourself, how you look. Welcome if you're just joining us. It'll make all the difference in the world. So we're not asking anybody to do 100% everything that they know they're supposed to do. This lifestyle program is about empowering you to be able to make the right choices and know that those choices are going to make a difference in your health, okay? And like I said, over a long period of time rather than just temporary. We're talking about over your lifetime. So the Shred 10 program was founded by a doctor from Stanford. She's a biochemist from Stanford University. Her name is Dr. Mitra Ray. And it's been spreading like wildfire, literally over 24 different countries. People are taking their health back in ways that are doable, that are fun, that are affordable. And this community of people that I've locked arms with is called the Healthy Living Revolution. And the Healthy Living Revolution, like I said, is a community of people over 24 different countries where we are not just taking our own health back, but we're inspiring other people to do the same thing. So we welcome you tonight to learn more about the Shred 10. And before I get too far ahead of myself, let me go ahead and share my screen with you guys so you can see our Shred 10 presentation book here. Everybody see? Okay. All right, so let's get started. The reason why we know that we need to do something about our lifestyle is because there are two startling trends in our world. Okay. And that first startling trend is the fact that our environmental toxins are increasing in our world. So unless you live in a bubble, you are going to be inundated with toxins. Toxins are in the water we drink. Toxins are in the air that we breathe. Toxins are in the lotions and the potions that we put on our skin and in our hair. They literally are everywhere. And even if you, on your best day, if you try to control, your life enough to where you don't have toxins going in, there are still somehow toxins, unless you're living in a bubble, like I said, that are going to find a way into your body. So this is one of the startling trends that we have an issue with. Oh, something went wrong, it says. Let's see if we can figure out what went wrong here. You guys, don't you love technology? It says, let's see. We're just going to refresh the page. All right. There we go. Okay. Can you guys still see it okay? Okay, so this is the second trend, is that our food quality is decreasing. Now, how many of you would agree that there are a lot of things that are not good for us in our food? Yes. It's just obvious, right? And sometimes it's painful to even have to read a label because you can't pronounce half the things that are on the label, right? But we've got everything from preservatives to pesticides, trans fats, synthetic vitamins, emulsifiers, GMOs, growth hormones, all these things that we know are not contributing to a healthy lifestyle and to our bodies being able to function the way that our designer designed it to function. So that is the other thing that we have issues with, that we really have to figure out how do we get rid of the toxins in our body. So this is a diagram. I love this diagram because this is an aha moment for a lot of people when I discuss this with them. So there are usually is a way that people try to lose weight or people try to get healthy and they start dieting or they start over exercising. But dieting a lot of times just means that people are just eating less, and over exercising means that they're just trying to hit the gym and work out, burn as much fat as possible. But the problem with that is that it doesn't detoxify your body to diet or over exercise. So there's a better way. But this diagram up here on the top, all these little dots here are symbolizing toxins in the body. Okay. So this is stored fat that enrobes the toxins in your body. So fat cells enrobe the toxins to basically protect your organs from the toxins in your body. Okay, that's the job of the fat cell, is to protect your body from toxins, from jumping around and bouncing around in your body and damaging your organs. So what happens is this person decides, okay, we're going to diet and we're going to exercise a whole lot to try to get rid of these fat. All right. And so they do that and they may burn some fat, but without the proper nutrition, it stresses the body out because you still have all the toxins here. Okay, so then what happens? They rebound and the body goes back into fat production mode because it's so smart. It knows that it needs fat cells to get rid of the toxins, or to protect the body from the toxins that's going on, that's bouncing around in there. So it goes right back into fat production mode because you haven't detoxified the body. So what we want to do in the Shred 10 lifestyle is to cleanse the body instead of over dieting or over exercising. We want to actually shed the fat by cleansing the body, giving the body the nutrients it needs to actually get rid of the toxins in the body. And then what you have is more maintenance. You have the maintenance to be able to sustain the weight loss and sustain the shedding of the fat, because you've also shed the toxins from your body. So you fired the fat, I like to say. You fired the whole job of the fat cell, which was to protect your body from the toxins. So hopefully that's making sense. But overall, you feel better than you did up here because you're not toxic anymore. And that was a big light bulb moment for me. And it was a big light bulb moment for a lot of the people that I've spoken to, where they talk about this whole rebounding, going back and forth, being able to lose a little weight and then, gain it back, lose a little weight and gain it back, lose a little weight and gain it back. Okay. Okay. So there are lots of different ways that we can detoxify our body. One of the ways is by growing your own food. And we all know that when we grow our own food or we eat homegrown food, that it tastes better. And I know I eat a lot more of it because it tastes better. I'm not big on store-bought tomatoes, but you give me a homegrown tomato and I'm going to town on that baby, right? So growing your own food, this is actually called a tower garden. It's an aeroponic system that you can have in your home or outdoors, depending on where you live during year round. It actually grows 30% greater yield than traditional growing. There is no weeding, okay, because there's no soil. and it uses up to 90% less space and 90% less water. I actually have two of these I have one that grows year round inside that has a grow light system on to help to give it light all year round. And then I have one that I just use on the outside on my porch that grows things like tomatoes and cucumbers and squash and stuff like that. So increased nutrient density of some crops, and then it has, like I said, the indoor option if you want to grow year round. So this is one way. The other way is by adding 45 whole plant foods into your body on a daily basis. This is a product called Juice Plus. And essentially what it is, it's up to 45 whole raw fruits, veggies, and berries, and actually whole grains as well. So this is giving you the nutrients and the nutrition you need to get those toxins out of your body, because a lot of people don't realize that the biggest way to get toxins out of your body is by eating a lot of antioxidants. And antioxidants are only found in one place. That's plants. So antioxidants is essentially eating more antioxidants is what helps us to detoxify our body. And this product right here has made all the difference in the world for my family in particular. I just told you my story about being an Oreo hoarder and how I was desperate for a lifestyle change because I have a little girl with severe special needs. She's 15 now, but at the time that this product was kind of introduced to me, I was not doing a very good job of feeding my family. I was not doing a very good job of making sure that we were getting a variety of fruits and veggies. So I knew that we needed something like this. And I had a really bad health scare, and knew that if something happened to me, that meant that I was not going to be able to take care of my daughter who needed everything done for her. And I wasn't okay with that any longer. So I'm like, if I got to put away these Oreos, then that's just so be it. I have got to be here for this little girl. And so that really started our journey towards healthier living. But some of the things that we noticed right away is that the sniffles and all of the allergies and things that we had been dealing with as a family were starting to go away. My husband, who'd been dealing with the shingles virus flaring up in his body literally every year, he's been able to fight off the shingles for the last 4 years now, since he's been able to flood his body with this whole food nutrition. I used to hit a wall at 2:00 every day without fail. Do you know that wall I'm talking about, where you just feel like I cannot go on any longer? That was me. And I had to have an energy drink or coffee or something to help me get through the day. And you guys, anyone who knows me in real life knows that I am a locomotive. I don't stop until it's time to lay my head down on the pillow. And I have so much energy. It's unreal. And people always have a hard time like believing me when I say that I used to not have very much energy. So this is because my body can actually make the energy it needs now, because I'm flooding it with all of this nutrition on a daily basis. Now, sometimes people will say, well, okay, I eat lots of fruits and vegetables. And that was not me, of course. I didn't eat very much at all. But the thing about it, the thing that I love about Juice Plus is that it is vine ripened. And what vine ripened means that it's been allowed to grow on the vine or stay on the plant until it has reached its peak amount of nutrition. That means we're not getting it when it's been harvested 2 or 3 weeks early because it had to go in a truck and then ride hundreds and hundreds of miles across the country to get to our grocery store. And God knows what's been sprayed on it in the process to try to preserve it until it gets to us. And then it has to go into our refrigerator to last maybe for another week before we actually eat it. So we're not dealing with that. We're dealing with a vine ripened produce here that's not been sprayed with harmful pesticides or insecticides or herbicides. And we know we're getting a good quality product. And the 39 or so clinical research studies that have proven that it does get into the blood and that it does help cardiovascular health and that it does support the immune system. Those are the things that we're seeing and that we're hearing in a scientific environment as a result of this amount of nutrition getting in people's bodies every day. So this is another way that you can detoxify your body. So let's talk about something that a lot of times people don't think about when it comes to living a healthy lifestyle, and that is, how often do you normally eat? So what you see here is a graph of a certain amount of time and the blood glucose level in your blood. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to stay in this zone of willpower, because in this zone of willpower, we are able to make better choices of what we're eating. But what we see here, this light blue line that climbs up way here, this is like if you ate a donut in the morning. Your blood sugar level is going to go sky high, and then before long, you're going to come crashing down. And then you're looking around for whatever in the world you can find. You're right in your cabinet. You're like, feed me now. You got the hangries, because, and you're not going to make a very good choice then, because your body is screaming at you saying, I need sugar, because your sugar has now crashed, right? So what we want to do is we want to eat often enough, and we want to eat low glycemic foods enough to where we're able to make good decisions. And I didn't know this, but your blood sugar is, or your willpower is actually a product of your blood sugar. So a lot of times people say, I just don't have the willpower to make good choices. Well, that has to do with your blood sugar. If your blood sugar is nice and balanced, you can make better choices of what to eat. But if your blood sugar is imbalanced, then you're going to be all over the place looking for stuff to eat just when you get hungry. So it's common, or it's recommended, that you eat every couple of hours, and that you eat low glycemic foods that are going to help you stay in a nice balanced state, and you can make better choices. This is one of the other products that Juice Plus has produced to help us with that blood sugar and keeping it balanced. It is a nutrition drink. It's called Complete, and it is low glycemic, so it's perfect for even diabetics. Type 1, type 2, it stabilizes your blood sugar, and it's vegan and non-GMO. Okay, so again, we're dealing with something that is plant-based, and we all know that plants are low glycemic. And they're also good for antioxidant health, right? And getting more antioxidants in your system. They're gluten-free and dairy-free, so we're not talking something that's inflammatory. They're plant-based, and they are full of prebiotics and oligosaccharides. So oligosaccharides, if you don't know what that big word is, I've had lots of practice being able to say that word, so don't be impressed by me at all. I've just had lots of practice. But oligosaccharides are basically the foods that feed the probiotics. So it's the good food for probiotics in your gut, okay? The good bacteria in your gut, that's what oligosaccharides feed. So those are really, really good for your gut, okay? Sometimes people make smoothies and shakes. That's what we generally use them for in our house. It can be a pre or post workout drink. And you can also have it as an afternoon or a late night snack without, again, like I said, making your blood sugar do crazy things. I'm just going to take a minute and look at what we've got in our chat, because it looks like somebody has. Oh, okay. So Faith says that she doesn't crave sugar as much. Oh, that's why I don't crave sugar as much anymore. Yes, Faith, that's why. That's exactly why. So, okay. So wait, now I have to get this chat box out. All right. Can you guys see this chat box that I just pulled open, or no? Can you see
it? No, you can only see it if you open it on your own window.
Okay. So you can't see it right now?
Now, if you open chat down at the bottom, if you click chat, you can see the entire chat.
Okay, good. All right, so moving on. So another way to get more whole food in your system is by trying the Omega blend. The Omega, everyone knows that Omegas are really good for the body. Everything from heart, brain, joint, skin, and eye health are what Omegas contribute to. But this is actually not a fish oil. And a lot of times people think when they think omegas, they think fish oil. And what the company has, and hey, welcome, whoever's joining us. I'm just going to ask you to mute your line if you can. How you feel, so, and okay. That sounds like you got it. Oh yeah. Just mute your line. It's just in the bottom left-hand corner. If you're on your phone, I think it's somewhere in the corner. If you want to just find that little microphone, and that'll mute your line. So we have a plant-based omega, which is really, really, impressive, because there's not a lot of plant-based omegas, but people are just now starting to, come up with this. Juice Plus has had it now for over a year, going on 2 years now. And this is a full spectrum of omega. So it's not just omega-3s, it's omegas-3s, 5, 6, 7, and 9. So it's a good blend of all of those omegas. So you have a good balance of omegas going in your system. And it is, like I said, 100% plant-based. It's pure and sustainable. So we're not having to go through and kill a whole bunch of fish to make, oil capsules. It's a full spectrum of omegas. It's cold pressed, and it is another vegetarian or vegan capsule. So for really perfect for any of those people who just want to make sure they're not getting any animal byproduct in their system. So let's talk a little bit more specifically about the shred and how we shred the foods and the toxins and the habits that we know are not serving you. So we're following these guidelines for 10 days. Okay. So the shred is a 4-month lifestyle program. Okay. With a 10-day jumpstart. So the shred 10 portion of it is the 10-day jumpstart. And what we're going to do for those, it's kind of like the more extreme part of it, just so that you know what kinds of things can happen in your body when you stick to these as much as possible. You're going to eat more real food, okay? You're going to take the Juice Plus Trio capsules daily, the 2 complete shakes a day. You're going to drink plenty of water, because we all know how important it is to drink water. That also helps to detoxify your body. We're going to sleep at least 7 to 8 hours a day, and exercise on most days. And then eliminating these things that we know do not serve the body: gluten, dairy, caffeine, alcohol, processed foods, artificial and refined sugars, and eating after 6. So I know that looks like a long list. And again, it probably looks a lot like, how in the world do I do that, right? But again, let's go back to what I told you guys in the beginning. I was an Oreo hoarder. Okay, so if I can do this, anybody can. And you're only really following these guidelines for 10 days. And you can do anything for 10 days. So, and you have, along with myself, you're going to get me as a coach. I'm going to be texting you a few times a day for that first 5 days, and then once a day for the next 5 days. And there's also a Facebook group where you're going to have a whole bunch of other first-time shredders that you'll have the support and the accountability of them as well. We actually have a shred guide that is one of the free resources that you're going to get, which will kind of be like your shred Bible. And you'll also get more tools and resources through the Facebook group that we'll make sure that we send along your way. Okay. So just keep in mind, you're not doing this by yourself. It is something you're going to get lots and lots of good support for. And just imagine yourself being able to look in the mirror and feel a lot more comfortable with yourself, but just feel a lot better as well. So some of the things that we have heard from people, some of the results are that they're craving more fruits and vegetables. That was one for me for sure. They're at a healthier weight. They are getting better recovery from workouts. That basically means like when they work out, they don't feel sore like they used to. Or it doesn't take them as long to get that muscle recovery. Then maybe just a few hours or just one day as opposed to 2 days or 3 days before they're able to work out again. They have improved sleep, increased energy, healthier hair, nails, and skin. Improved regularity is something I always hear about, which is a good thing. You guys, if you're running to the bathroom, that's actually a really, really good thing. It might be annoying to you, but it means you're getting out the toxic waste from your body which needs to happen if you're going to be less toxic. And increased mental clarity. I mean, anybody struggling with brain fog, I think pretty much every female or every mom can, know what that feels like to be dealing with brain fog. So that mental clarity is huge. And I'll tell you a really quick, funny story. I've got at least one gal on the line with me here that goes to church with me. And so she should find this funny. She actually might know this story. So I did this shred the first time it's been almost 2 years now. And like I said, it was difficult at first because gluten and dairy, like I love cheese and I love bread. So those are difficult things for me to eliminate at first. But by day 6 and 7, I was getting pretty used to it. And day 8 of this shred, you guys, I was not only feeling good, but I could tell a difference when I looked in the mirror that I was a lot more cut and shaped and lean in places that I have not been lean in a long time. But I put on a skirt that morning and I could tell that it was just a little bit loose. You guys, I'm one of those people that does the shred because of the healthy lifestyle habits. I'm not one that does the shred because I want to lose weight. So I purposely had gotten on the scale that morning to see if I had lost weight, just because I felt like I looked a lot more lean, like I said. And I actually had gained a couple of pounds because of the muscle that I had gained as a result of kind of ramping up my workout routine as well. So for somebody like me, that was perfect. But I knew I didn't lose weight, so I didn't think very much about the fact that my skirt felt a little bit loose, okay? So I went on to church, and you guys, I sing in a pretty large church in the choir, all right? And I'm up on stage, and it was probably, halfway through the worship set, and I feel something hit the tops of my feet. And I looked down, and it was my skirt. And my skirt had fallen, y'all, in the middle of praise and worship service in front of like 2,000 people or something like that. And all I could do was reach down and pull it up real fast. But I was like, oh my gosh, this is what that no dairy and no gluten and eating all of these fruits and veggies and berries and all those good shakes and things are full of plants. This is what this has done for me. This has made me just leaner and gotten rid of the inflammation that I had been living with for so long. I had no idea I'd been living with so much inflammation. So that was huge for me because, like I said, I at that point, I felt empowered. I know exactly what I need to do to feel better and to look better. And that is flood my body with plants and get rid of the stuff in my system that I know is not good for my body. Okay. And also get to sleep, like get 7 to 8 hours of rest. Like what's happening in that 7th and 8th hour of rest is incredible for the body. So that was another thing that I really had to discipline myself to do, is to get to bed at a decent time. So those are some of the things that kind of a funny way, but that can happen. And that's my personal story, but there are so many different stories. And one of the gals that was going to get on tonight, she's not able to be on, but she had an amazing story of how it's helped her take her health back after she basically lost a child, and she was so depressed and she just needed to come out of this cloud. And this gave her a reason to focus on herself, and she started feeling better. She had a lot improved mental health as well as a part of her story. And, she calls it her happy system. Like she just likes the fact that she feels happy again. And partly it's because of how good she feels. So that's definitely worth all of that, those 10 days and more of changing those lifestyle habits. So I love this page. Just briefly what this page lists, I know it's probably a little difficult to see, but Brigham Young University, Georgetown University, Medical University of Graz in Austria, Nemours Children Clinic, Tokyo Women's Medical University, University of Cambridge in England. These are all medical institutions that have researched the Juice Plus line of products. Okay. And my mother always told me that you are known by the company that you keep. And these are all very prestigious medical institutions and organizations that have basically taken the Juice Plus product and put it to test and put it to the test in very rigorous testing. And some of the things that it has been proven, sorry, I forgot that that slide is not in this presentation, but some of the things that's been proven that Juice Plus does, I mentioned it earlier, but improves cardiovascular health, supports the immune system, that it, I just drew a complete blank. Immune system, cardiovascular health, helps healthier skin. It kind of turns back the time on your DNA. Anti-aging is just, there's so many things. There's 39 different clinical research studies that have proven so many different things that Juice Plus does get into the system, meaning it's bioavailable. And I have to tell you that while I know that there are clinical research studies that have been done on the product, I know that they are just backing up the same types of things that we've seen happen in our family. I didn't go through this, but my daughter, who has severe special needs, she had several health challenges, and she was on probably about half a dozen different medications on a daily basis. She used to vomit every day. Because she had horrible GI, gastrointestinal issues. She used to be on seizure medication because she had seizures. She used to have to be on a heart medication because she had an irregular heart rhythm. And I kind of went through some of the things that happened for myself and my husband and my boys, but I didn't mention that it has been a complete lifesaver for my daughter. And I believe completely and totally that the things that have been proven by this product are the things that we've seen happen in our daughter. And I believe that she is still with us today as a result of us being able to send this nutrition through her G-tube. She actually gets fed through a G-tube, and we send it straight through her little feeding pump every day. And it's made a world of difference in her over the last few years since she's been able to start taking it through her G-tube every day. So we won't go without it. And I know that it has been a life-saving force in her life. And I'm just so grateful for the person who introduced it to me. So back to the shred. I told you you're going to get your products, your trio, and there's basically some different packages that we can go through and see which one is the right one for you. You're going to get your shred guide. You're going to get a little bit more knowledge and education from Dr. Mitra Ray herself in a video that either I'll send you or the person who invited you to do the shred with them will send you. We're going to get you into the Facebook group. You're going to do the shred for those 10 days, do that good 10-day jump start. And then after that, we're going to give you the Shred 10 Taste of the Shred cookbook. So this will help you with the rest of those 4 months worth of healthy living. And you're going to do the Live It portion, which is, follow as many of those guidelines as you can. You don't have to follow it as strictly, but you figure out what are the things that I think that I can hang on to. What are those things that maybe not 100% of the time, but maybe 90% of the time, I know I'm not going to be eating cheese or I'm not going to be doing gluten. Like we have a pizza day every week. We have a pizza day. So that might be the only time a week that I actually eat gluten or cheese. And that's okay. Like, I don't feel guilty for that because I know that I'm not eating it most of the time the rest of the week and on most days. So this is the Live It portion. This is the rest of the 4 months that you're deciding which of those guidelines do I want to continue on. And then tell a friend, because we have a shred group that starts every month. So tell a friend so they can shred with you the next month. Okay. So the next shred starts on the 7th. Which means that if we're going to get you guys started with us, we need to go ahead and figure out which packages are going to work well for you. So the basic package is basically enough for you to have your trio, and you can have 2 shakes a day during that 10-day portion, but then fall off to 1 shake a day for the rest of the 4 months. So all these products are going to last you at least 4 months so that you have what you need to last you for the 4-month lifestyle journey. And then the premium package is essentially the same thing as the basic, except for we're adding that omega blend in. Okay. So this basic, I'm going off the top of my head, but it's somewhere around $4.90 a day, which I know I spend more than that at Starbucks, honestly. to be honest. And then the premium package is somewhere around just over, it's somewhere, I have to look at these. And actually I can get these to you that have the prices on it. I hate that they don't have the prices on this one. And then the Shred 10 package is basically just like the premium package, except for instead of just 2 shakes a day during the 10-day jumpstart, you're going to have 2 shakes a day to last you the whole 4 months. Okay. And so I think it's something like 100. This one is like 194 a month, and this one is like 172 and 132. So somewhere like that per month. Like I said, those are help you to know how that breaks down for you on a monthly basis. And so I've actually had, what's so fun about these shred packages is I've had people come to me and tell me that they have saved money on these shred packages. And I said, and like, it makes sense that you would save money because you're not going through the drive-through for, for this and for that. You're not making those stops at QT for this and for that. You're basically relocating the money that you would have been spending on like different things that, are not serving you and applying it to something that, is going to help you on track to a healthier 2019. Maybe help you on track to a less of a medical bill, help you on track to getting rid of that extra 20 or 30 pounds that you've been, hoping to get rid of. And so just make sure that you let us know, whoever introduced you to and got you onto this webinar tonight, and they can get you more of those details and figure out which of the packages are going to work out best for you. So with that, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and just tell you again how much I am so happy that you decided to join us today. And before, let me just look here. Oh, Faith says, I have gluten-free pizza. Can't wait. Definitely eat less junk. Yes. Oh, and I wanted to say too, those of you who are coffee drinkers. Okay, I see Tia with her hand up, and I can't see Elizabeth's camera, and it's very dark in the other Boujay camera. But so for you coffee drinkers, I will tell you that what people have found is that their body remembers how to make energy on its own without the caffeine in their system by day about 3 or 4, they start feeling amazing. Like, where is all this energy coming from? Because they're not used to their natural energy kicking in. Okay. So for the first day or 2, it's like hell on earth because you're used to that drug in your system. You're used to that substance in your system, that caffeine. Once you detoxify it out of your body, and you might feel a headache or something like that. While that's happening, that's a good sign. If you have a headache, that means your body is going through withdrawals of that caffeine. Okay. And then by, like I said, day 3, day 4, you are feeling amazing and wondering, where is this energy coming from? So I always just like to preface, because I know America is crazy about their coffee. We have people that don't go without, they don't know how they're going to live without having at least a coffee, coffee in the morning or whatever. And I just love hearing the people that come to me by day 4 or 5 for sure. And they're like, oh my gosh, where's all this energy coming from? And then the other thing is too, they realize they can kick their coffee habit. They don't have to make coffee every day by the time they're done with their shred, because if they want it, that's one thing. But just the other day, somebody came up to me and she said, I don't need coffee anymore. And so she's saving more money there too, because she's not running to Starbucks every day. Okay. So any other questions anybody has for me before we hop off today? I see Z in the background. Hi, Z. And there's my other guy, Elijah. Hey, guys. All right. Any questions before I hop off? I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.